All right, guys, I'm going to demo the Valentine's special, how we cut the lobster, cook the lobster and the shrimp, butter poached. Okay, so this is the whole lobster tail, completely thawed. Let it thaw out on sheet trays. It thawed out in about 4 hours. Do not water thaw. What we're going to do is we're going to go from the tail and put our knife in, straight down, and then we're going to go to the top of the shell, but we're going to stop just a hair short. So all we're doing is basically creating, we're going to split it open like this. We're creating that little half butterfly lobster tail, okay? From that point, we have the 3 shrimp here that are gonna go as well, okay? So then from there, come on, walk with it. Okay, so from there, we have the butter, and I'm gonna put this in face down, make sure it's open. We'll put this face down and then drop the shrimp in there, okay? What's important is I have this butter right now on a flat grill about 2/3 of the way over to the almost hottest spot of the grill. If you look at the temperature thermometer, zoom in there a little bit. Okay, we're reading, no, just push it closer. There you go. We're right at 160 degrees. So 180 to 185 is simmering. 160 is going to be just below simmering, and that's where we want it. Okay, if we do it too hot and we do it on a stovetop, it's going to be too hot and the butter's going to burn. This takes about 4 minutes to poach inside this 160 degree butter. Okay, what we're ultimately looking for is an internal temperature of the lobster and shrimp right at 130 to 135 degrees is fully cooked. We don't want to overcook it. So while this is cooking, it's going to be a couple minutes. You can see right there, see those little bubbles coming up? Okay, that's telling you without a thermometer that you're close to 160, 165. If that whole surface was kind of dancing, then you're simmering and you're closer to 180, 185. So an easy way to kind of gauge temperature without a thermometer is just a little bit of movement on top is right at 160 is what you want. Okay, so the order comes in. We're gonna drop these in the liquid. This has been in here for just over a minute now. And you can see, basically when lobster cooks, it's gonna turn like right there. It's starting to turn that bright red color. So we're just gonna let it go and do its thing. We're going to take the bag of vegetables and we're going to throw it on or place it on the grill next to the pan here, and we're just going to let those cook on the grill and reheat. They've already been roasted in the oven. There's enough oil and moisture in there to protect it on the grill, so we're not going to add margarine. Okay, then we're going to cook our risotto in our pan. Again, it's 1 prep set of risotto and 6 ounces of chicken broth. We're going to cook that down until it's liquidy but not wet, or thick but not pasty. Then we're going to follow the procedure that I shot you on the video. So come on, we'll zoom back up in here. I don't expect you to watch this during service, but you can kind of just tell. Let me grab a pair of tongs. Okay, stay in there. You're fine. Okay, but you can just kind of tell as you go, you want that pink color on the shell, and that's a good identifier that it's cooked. Right now it's about halfway there, and we're about 2 minutes into this. So we're just going to keep moving that around. If you get multiple orders, you can put multiple orders in this pan. I highly suggest that you have a backup pan of 3 to 4 pounds of butter already melted, not margarine. But have that warm, not as hot as 160 degrees, but warm so you can take it out later and add to it during the course of the night if you need to. So we're going to look at this really quick, and again, we're almost there. With lobster, we want to go slow and low. We don't want to rush it. So butter poaching takes a minute. Total time on this is going to be about 5 minutes in the butter. So 5 to 5.5 minutes. So right now we're right at just over 2 minutes. So we're about halfway there, give or take. Okay. As you get close, you can have your plate set up, ready to go behind you on the line. Plate up is quick. Watch the video and call me if you have any questions. We're going to kind of go, see how that black line is just going down there? So we're almost there. Once that shell turns bright red, we should be right there. So again, have these prepped, split and butterfly, just like I showed. Have those split butterflied underneath the line. Have your pan of shrimp that I have drained, 3 shrimp per order. The order comes in, this has to go down first. This takes the longest. Even though it's only 5 to 6 minutes, it takes longer than anything else. Risotto is going to take you about 2 minutes. So again, we're looking for an internal temperature on this of about 130. We can still see a little bit of a black shell underneath. So we're just going to let that go. Right now, we're right at about 4 minutes. So I don't want to talk the whole whole time, but if you guys go closer so they can see that, there you go, there you go. You can still see that little movement right here on the top of the water. Okay, and that's all you want. You don't want this to simmer. That's very, very, very important. If for some reason it does get too hot, the butter will start to turn brown. When it does turn brown, it's time to pull it off and use that backup I talked about earlier. Okay, you cannot butter poach in burnt butter. It'll be nasty. So you can see how we're just getting a little bit of movement in there, and that shell is almost there. So the shrimp will cook in the same time, so there's no need to fight one against the other. And then we're just going to take a temperature on this. I'm going to pull this thermometer out so it cools down for a second. Right now we're right at about 5 minutes. So we've got about a minute to go. And again, I don't expect anybody to stand here like just during service, but I just wanted to show it to you to kind of prove that this is an accurate cook time and kind of what to look for and what to watch out for. I know it's a long video, but just bear with me. I'm going to check this at 6 minutes. You can still see it's going to be consistent all night. You get that little bubble. So you may have to shift it on your grill. If you start cooking 2, 3, 4 of these at a time, your butter temperature is going to drop. So you might need to shift this to a hotter part of your grill. But you got to play that by ear based on service. And starting it tomorrow is a good test of where we stand on cook time and procedure. So we are right now, we're right at 6 minutes. So we're going to take and open this up. We're going to take the internal temperature, kind of zoom in on that for me, get close so I can see it too. It's on half blind. Okay, you can see right now that it's reaching about 115-ish, 120, so we're going to drop that in there, okay? And we're just going to let it sit in there and chill for another minute. Okay? The shrimp is in there, that's doing well, that's going to be fine. The shrimp is ready to go, the lobster just needs 1 more minute. It's not going to hurt the shrimp at all as it sits in there and waits for the lobster. So I'm not going to plate this up again like I did before. We've already done that once. But when I do pull this out and it's 1:30, I'm going to show you exactly how you cut this so we can display it standing up like I did earlier. Let's give this another 30 seconds. And we'll pull it out and we'll cut it. So everybody has 1 case of lobster, which is 40 portions. Once you blow through your 40, you're sold out. You can do anything you want to for market fresh fish. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. Okay, come on over here to the cutting board, please. We're just going to dab the butter off there. Okay, we're going to come to the cutting board. See how the shell is completely cooked. We're going to take a knife and we're just going to finish that butterfly and split it. So when we stand it up on the plate, we can kind of cross its legs and lean it up against the vegetables. And you can see how there's no opaque, there's no jelly color. And then let me pull out the shrimp here as well. Here's the shrimp. So you just want to dab these down so you're not putting pure butter all over the plate. You will have some residual butter, but again, that's where we cross the legs on the plate, and then we can see the shrimp is also fully cooked. We just put those in a kind of a diamond shape across the third of the plate. So give me a call if you have any questions. What we're looking for mainly is no jelliness or rawness in the thick side of the lobster tail. It's all flaky lobster meat. So give me a call with any questions. Thank you very much. Bye.